Hello. In this video and in this session, this is primarily a recorded session. And in this session, I will analyze the British pound US dollar for today's date, which is 5th of October 2023. I will be analyzing British pound USD pair, and I will be analyzing in terms of the Wyckoff structure. And okay, and I will be then looking for the entries primarily for the London Open and the Euro Open. So let's get started. So first of all, as this video is like for the purpose of this video, I will be switching my time frame to UTC +8, which is a Malaysian time frame. Okay, you can see here this is UTC +8. I just select Singapore here, Singapore and Malaysia. They have the same time zone. So first of all, what I'm going to do is to draw the vertical sessions line, okay, the vertical session lines on my chart to identify the different types of sessions, to break down my chart into different types of sessions. This gives me the clarity and everything. So first of all, at 3 a.m. Malaysian time at night, at 3 a.m., okay, I will mark it as OSS, which is overnight session start. All right. Hold on. OSS. Okay, then the second line the second vertical line I'm gonna mark is on 1 p.m. Sorry, 2 p.m. Malaysian time, which is Euro Open / Asian close. Okay, and then the third line I'm gonna mark is at 3 p.m. Malaysian time, which is London Open. All right. All right. So here we go. Okay, we will first mark down the lowest point of this chart. Okay, so we're going to mark down the overnight high and overnight low between the OSS and EO session, right? Okay, so how are we going to do that? Okay, I have this indicator which is pivot point high and low by lone sum. Okay, you can search it, or you can search for it. So I have it on my chart. I will unhide it. I will go to the settings here and make sure in the input bar, the left bars are 3 and the right bars are 3. So after doing that, I'm gonna apply the trend line and look for the highest point, which is possibly right over here, the highest swing point. Okay, I'm going for the red one. I'm talking about the red one. The highest swing high is this one. So I'm gonna mark it out. Okay. All right. So we're gonna extend it. Okay. All right. So, and how far I'm gonna extend it? I'm gonna extend it until the London New York Open, which is at 8 p.m. Malaysian time. Okay. So I'm gonna extend it until 20, until here. Okay. And I will bring it down just to fit it around. Okay. And then I'm gonna again mark down my lower one. Okay. The lowest swing high, which is this one here. All right. So now I have my swing high and swing low. Okay. The overnight session high and overnight session low marked. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is overnight high. I'll make it as a top one. All right. And then I will also go for the overnight low and make it bottom. All right. So this is how I've marked the chart. Now I will determine the bias. I will hide the swing points. Okay. And now I will determine the bias before OSS. So what I saw here, that I saw very huge volume to the upside here. So at the highs, we have buying climax. Okay, and at the lows, you also have a very high volume here. So at the lows, we have a selling climax. So here, this region here, okay, we call it as a buying climax. All right. Obviously, the buying climax one is much more higher. Okay, so I'm determining the bias today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw the channel if I can. This is the lowest point here. And if I draw the channel from here to here, all right, from this swing low to this swing low. All right, I just join it and make the channel here. I know that I already have buying climax over here. Okay. When this is a buying climax, I will mark it down as a buying climax plus oversold. Okay, right over here, just at the OSS session. All right, and then of course this is AR. We have this AR, which is automatic reaction. Okay, and this one is the secondary test. Okay, all right, so marking it as a secondary test. Now I know I can draw another line at this point here. Okay, I can just draw the dotted line just to mark as a secondary test line. Okay, now I have this area. Okay, I have this area between secondary test and OH. This entire area is the point where the price gonna go, where the price will have the short-term bias. Okay, where the price will have the bearish bias. So a long-term bias is bearish. Okay, so our long-term bias is bearish here. So not what I'm going to do here, I'm going to switch my chart to the 5-minute time frame. All right, and I will see how the price is moving over there. Right, so we see the price is moving brilliantly, and again, once I see here, we have a sudden acceleration to the upside. You can see it is again a buying climax here at the top. Okay, so we have again a buying climax on a 5-minute time frame. You can see, and we are near the overnight high. Okay, so we're going to draw the line here, another line here to signify a pattern. Okay, yeah. So if this is a buying climax here, this is automatic reaction. This point is automatic reaction. Okay, right over here, and right at this buying climax. Okay, this is secondary test. This is up thrust. This is AR. So this is AR here. Okay, and at this AR, we have this as secondary test. Okay, secondary test. Okay, again we have OH. At OH we have UT. Okay, which is up thrust here. Sorry. Okay, UT up thrust here. This OH1, this one, both are up thrust here. All right. And this one is, of course, test of the up thrust. Okay, and the price finally breaks down here. So this is TUT, which is test of up thrust. Okay, and then after that, the price breaks down here, and right at the EO open. Okay, what do we see? The price, we are on the 3-minute time frame, and the price is breaking through the chart here at London open. Okay, sorry, at the Euro open. So we have what? We have FTI. Okay, we have FTI during New York session. Sorry, during the Euro session. And now we are waiting for the price to come back and test this region. Okay, test this AR level. Okay, because this becomes FTI, so we need a test here. So this becomes what? This becomes back up to the edge of peak, or we can say LPSY. Okay, so we have this LPSY here. And once we have this LPSY here, what I'm going to do here, I short the market here. My stop loss will preferably be placed over the last high, which is here. And my take profit will go for the 2R. Okay, 2R. All right. And once I'm done here, okay, what I can do, after this one, we observe that these are the two same highs. Okay, and this one we have a lower high. So what I can do, I can draw the channel from here to here. Okay, let me draw the channel here. And after that, I'm gonna just mark it down. All right. So now we will be looking for the London Open trade. Just hold on for a minute. Okay. I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so here we are, right? Right at the London Open. Okay, we took this New York session, all right, and now the price seems to become overbought. But the problem with this trade is that we do not observe any high volume over here at the bottom. Okay, yes, we got a high volume at the top here, but here the price is already rejecting. You see, the price went up, rejected on a high volume, so it means it's a of failure of the oversold. Okay, so this is not technically oversold. Okay, because we did not observe any high volume over here. And we observed high volume right over here. And due to this, this shows us that the price is failing. Okay, because the bar is not closing to the upside, the price is going to the downside. So there is a rejection on the top. So it's failing, right? So we can draw a very, very small channel here. Okay, like over this. We have a tight range here. We return back to the range, okay? And then we see this rejection bar here, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this trade, okay? And we're gonna place a stop loss right over here. And this is that trade here, okay? 2R. So once we have this 2R here, this is a second trade, all right? Okay, so yeah, we will get less than 2R because here we have this line of OL. So it's better to exit our trades less than 2R at OL. So that's a 1.9R. Before we got 2R, now we got a 1.9R. That's a very, very... Now, as I saw this range here, when I draw this line here, you see that this becomes, what do we see here? Okay, what do we see here? If you observe this market here, you see, what do we see here? The price is having a little bit rejection here, okay, while breaking down, okay. If you see here, the price is also having rejection here. You can see the volume here, increasing volume, okay. And then afterward, we see a full-fledged closure of the bar, full-fledged closure of the bar to downside. And this closure, okay, discounted whatever we had in the past bars. So this is generally what, if we see this and expand this bar here, okay, what do we see? You might say that this is a kind of a buying climax. No, this is not technically oversold. Why? Yeah, there is a little bit oversold, but it's not of a much significance, right? Okay, so the price returned back to the bar, and once we have this range of this reaccumulation range, the price tested this region over here and region over here. So you can take your trade right over here, okay, placing your stop loss, because this is if you just take our trade right over here, okay, we're gonna place a stop loss right over here, and we can go down, okay. Or a second possibility of the test of the trade would be this one here, or this is a bar which closes on this hidden upthrust bar, so we can place a stop loss on the high of that bar. In this case, we're gonna place our stop loss on this, on the last swing high. So take a note of this, and we can go for this trade as well. Okay, so both in the direction. Now, however, if you take this as a selling climax, okay, as a selling climax, which is not very significant, okay, as compared to the I mean, according to the whole structure, the major bias is bearish, as I told you, and as I showed you in the 15-minute time frame. So this does not, if we take a trade on the test of this region here, which is right over here, if we take the test, if we draw the small line here, we call it as, let's suppose, we call it as a mini turning climax, okay? plus mini oversold. Okay. So in this case, okay, we can take a trade on the test of the bar. So we can take a trade right over here. Okay, or we can take a trade right over here. Both are good entries. Okay, this one, both are effort versus no result bars. This one, effort versus no result bar. This one is also all right. Okay, placing a stop loss. If we just place here, place a stop loss right over here. Okay, and then go for 2-hour trade. Okay, all right. And we can also place a trade right over here and go for 2-hour. Yeah, yeah, effort was no result bar. Okay. Now, in this case, where should I place my SL? That's very important, right? So if I extend this bar here, okay, the better would be to place my stop loss right at this point of the line, right? All right, and go for 2-hour. Okay, how about this one here? If I place my stop loss, if I place my trade right over here, then it's better to go for this SL. It should touch this line. Okay, all right, and then we go for the 2-hour trade. All right, so both are fine, but basically this is how you're going to trade the London Open as well. So I hope you got my point and you have understood the situation and the scenario for London session today. So have a nice day. Bye bye.